美国的明尼阿布利斯非常有名的一位antiques dealer. His name is
Noel Swanson.
Noel Swanson.
Yes. Hello.
I know you started very early to interest in antiques. Tell me your story. How you start?
How did I start? 1976, my family moved to a very small town. Just only a few hundred people.
Okay.
And there wasn't much to do there. So I found myself hopping on my bicycle and riding around in the countryside, looking for old beer cans and old bottles, antique bottles.
But how you even like those kind of
Well,
stuff?
I had friends in junior high this was when I was 15 years old, that collected beer cans.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Very old beer cans.
Okay,
Cone
that's
tops, they call them. Yeah. And so I was finding dumps that were outside in farmers' fields,
Yeah.
in ditches, and in abandoned houses. And so I started with beer cans, and then it went to antique bottles, and then it sort of just very organically morphed into looking for antiques in general.
Most
anything antique.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything old.
Yeah, anything
Most
old.
time you surf.
What's
15
that?
years. Most time you surf. Go look for antiques
Yeah.
in that time. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so then I started looking for abandoned houses, abandoned buildings out in the countryside.
Yeah. Yeah.
And one of them was between the town of Denison, where I lived, and Northfield, which was 10 miles away. And I would ride my bicycle out there to this one abandoned house that was off in the middle of this grassy field. And
Like a ghost town.
yeah, there were no windows in this house.
Oh my gosh.
No doors, no windows. And one of the very first times that I went into this building, I was on the main floor and I heard what sounded like somebody walking up the steps.
You are walking the ghost house.
I thought it was a ghost, so I ran to the bottom of the stairs and I looked and there was nobody there. And so I screamed up the stairs. I said, "If you're a ghost, let yourself be known or go away."
You said that.
Yes. And it was perfectly silent after that. So I don't know if it was a ghost or just the house being kind of old and squeaky, but spooked me a little bit.
You find something there?
Beer bottles from the Depression era, maybe 1930s.
1930s.
Or it could have been even been pre-prohibition. Yeah.
You're an artist also,
I'm
right?
an artist.
You
Yeah.
make up.
Yeah.
And you go to school for that, right?
Yeah. I went to college, Augsburg College. Got a degree in studio art and art history.
Did you ever work for somebody?
I worked at the Walker Art Center for a while.
Oh, Walker, yeah.
Yep, the Walker Art Center, and I've had multiple jobs at the Minneapolis Institute of Arts,
Oh, okay.
the MIA.
Oh, MIA.
Yeah,
Okay, that's two places.
I was worked in the slide library, which does not exist any longer. Little slides that I think a lot of art history teachers, professors in high school and college would have used those for giving presentations to their students.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you start think about, okay, I just want to work for myself, and
After I've had many jobs, and most of them I didn't like very much, and I'm a little bit I don't know how to put this. Maybe I have a little bit too much free will or something, but I rubbed a few of my bosses a little bit wrong, and I've been fired 3 times. So So I just decided that it was maybe best off if I just
work for myself.
work for myself, be self-employed. And so I've pretty much been self-employed for the last 30 years.
You send a lot of stuff go to Sotheby's auction and also
And Christie's
in Christie's,
Yep.
yeah.
in New York and in London.
Yeah, where you find this great stuff? Because like 20 years ago, you maybe can find it easy, but still, you like a couple of years, you send a couple of pieces to them. Where you find this great
Well,
stuff?
in my most recent career, I guess I found 10 items that have sold for more than $15,000. And most of them I didn't spend much more than $25 to $50 on. Yeah, and I find these in antique shops, mostly.
What's your favorite area? I know it's painting, right?
Well, paintings,
Because
I do best on paintings.
Tell one
Yeah.
couple story about this. For example.
A few years back, I found a painting in an antique shop in Rogers, Minnesota. It was a small painting of a little adobe building. And I knew I was about to go down to Albuquerque to do an antique show down there. And I thought, well, I'll just take this along and maybe I can sell it for $300 or something.
Yeah.
I think I paid $65
Yeah.
for it. Well, I showed it to a friend and I did a little research. It had all the information they needed to know about the painting and the artist on the back of the painting. It was just all written there on the back, very, very legibly. And so he suggested that I contact Sotheby's in New York, and which I did, and I quickly boxed it up. I made my own crate. And I sent it out to New York, which was not cheap. You know, it cost like $450 to ship it or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't pay much for the painting in the first place.
Yeah. $65.
And then the auction houses often print a catalog that has a photograph of the piece that's for sale and a long description about it and provenance, where it was found and all that kind of stuff. So, but when I looked at it, I realized that there was a little bit of a typo there. They had the wrong date on it. This was a painting from 1936, and it said 1956. And I thought, this woman wasn't even painting in 1956. So I called them up and I said, you made a mistake here. And they said, well, we'll change the listing, the description online, make sure that the date on that is right. But we can't do anything about the printed copies. So if anybody calls us and asks us about this painting, we'll make sure that they know that this was painted in 1936 and not 1956. Yeah. So anyway, the day came for the auction, and I was actually driving around out in the countryside looking for antiques, and I forgot about the auction. I wasn't even looking online, following it to see how it did. And then as I'm driving down the road, my cell phone rang, and the guy said, I just thought you should know about your painting. It just sold, and it sold quite well. So you don't have to worry about it not, our little mistake, bringing the price down or anything like that. So anyway, I paid $65 for it, and it sold for $74,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's quite bad.
That's my best find to date. But I've
That's how long ago? How old are you?
Well, that was in wow. I don't remember.
You don't even
I don't remember. That wasn't the very first thing. I think that might have been in 2011.
2011.
Something like that. I can't remember exactly, but it's all a blur.
Then start there. You just.
Yeah, and I mean, and there's been other paintings and other pieces. I found what was it? It was an official document from the Mughal Emperor of India. Aurangzeb is his name. And this is something I found in an estate sale. And it was stuffed inside a cardboard tube, and it wasn't priced. I pulled it out and I showed it to the guy, at the front desk, and I said, this wasn't priced, how much do you want for it? And he said,
Yeah.
$40.
$40.
$40.
And
So I
how
went
much-
home and I did some research, sent pictures to London, sent it to London, which was a nightmare, and that sold for $46,000.
Wow.
Yeah, so, and then just last week, I had another piece that, that I bought on eBay that I paid quite a bit for, I mean, $600 and something for it. And that went to an auction house in Boston. It was a small wooden carving of a Native American that would have been, a larger version of it would have been mounted on the front of a ship. It's a figurehead. But this was a small model for a figurehead made in the early 19th century. So it was quite old, had wonderful patina, and that sold just a few days ago for $17,000.
17,000.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
ever lose money in antiques? Ever?
Absolutely, all the time.
Tell me a couple of that
Oh,
kind
no,
of
no,
story.
no, no. Well, I mean, one time I bought an entire collection of Native American artifacts, and I spent $10,000 for all of it. And it took me 4 years to sell all these pieces off one at a time, and I think at the end of those 10 years, or these 4 years that it probably took to sell all this stuff, that I maybe broke even. Yeah.
Broke even.
Yeah. But there's one thing I remember that I bought on eBay, I think. No, I bought it in Stillwater, Minnesota, and I paid $900 for it. It was a lot of money. And a lot of people liked it. I showed it to a lot of people. I thought, I'm just going to put this on eBay and start it at $9.
Yep.
And see how well it does.
Yeah. How well?
It sold for $12.
Okay.
I was not happy about that.
Okay.
So once in a while, but you know, those things that I send off to the big auction houses always do well.
Always do well.
Yeah, and they make up for all my mistakes. Yeah.
You just need a 2-piece in the 1 year.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
so I mean, there are things like this wonderful little pot.
Yeah.
I walked into an antique shop, and this was sitting at eye level inside a case.
Look there when you
Yeah,
talk.
inside a case. And
Where you find this piece?
Owatonna.
Oh, Tana.
Had a
Okay.
little teeny price tag on it, and they had crossed out the original price, which was like $20, and they had marked it down to $12. And when
So
I
you
got
bought
it,
it $12.
so I paid $12 for this. So on the bottom it says Marie and Santana. So this is Maria Martinez, and Santana I think is maybe her nephew.
Yeah.
And he
From
yeah. So anyway, she is the most famous of all the Pueblo potters.
from
And
what country
s-
is this?
This is from America.
From America.
She is a member of the San Ildefonso Pueblo in New Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah, and so this is called Black on Black. It's Pueblo pottery, and it's not worth a heck of a lot, maybe $800, but I only paid $12 for it. So.
This is pretty
yeah.
good. So you think
And-
that like a medium auction, maybe in local auction, can take this?
Oh, they would if I wanted to sell it, but
But you love
how
very
how
much.
often do you find a Maria Martinez pot for $12?
Oh, right, right.
So it's a wonderful story, and I just
And
wanted to
this
keep it.
this one looks so old. Look
It
like
is quite
Indian.
old. Yeah, it is from India.
And here, look at this, the tiger.
Those
like,
are tiger bells, and
Oh,
it's the
tiger
only
bell.
time I've ever seen a tiger
we see
wearing.
one tiger bell here.
Yes, it's the only time I've seen a tiger wearing tiger bells, and that's as large as a tiger bell gets. But there's a face of a tiger on it.
Yes, I face a tiger here.
See the eyes on this?
Yeah. This
So-
is here's the bell.
Yeah, so there would have been
wow,
smaller.
this is a tiger bell.
Tiger bell.
That's a whole big-
Yeah, and I'm not sure why
One,
they've been making
two,
them. This
So
one,
1, 2. Okay, you see
this this one is probably 18th century from China. They make tiger
2,
bells.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
A lot
8,
of them.
9,
Yeah.
10.
Yeah.
This is look like Indian. piece?
It is Indian.
How old do you think this is? Maybe
That
like
is probably
200?
closer to the early 19th century.
Oh, look.
So maybe, it also has a moving tongue.
Yeah,
which
look at the
is
tongue,
fine.
little tongue.
It kind of floats in there.
And here, because I see
wiggles
it's
about.
Indian, because here have little
That's
mark.
an urna.
Urna, yeah.
No, that's the bindi. The red spot is the bindi.
Yeah.
And the swirled hair is called the urna.
Urna,
And that
here.
is, so it's a mixture of Hindu and Buddhist symbolism on that.
Oh,
The swirled hair is supposed to be the
so spirit.
is supposed to be the hair of the Buddha.
Uh-huh.
And Buddha had apparently swirled hair on top of his
Do you know
head.
the story about
Of what?
this?
That?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes the Buddhist monks,
Yeah.
especially in northern India and Tibet and Nepal,
Wow,
would,
this is pretty big.
would capture baby tigers and they would raise them as pets. So these
Oh, baby I see.
Buddhist monks would have tigers as pets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When very
And
little.
once in a while they would put a saddle on the back and they would ride them.
I
They would
see.
ride the tiger.
I see. That is
Yeah.
like you said. This is like 19th century, like 1800
maybe
something.
maybe even
Maybe earlier
yeah,
even.
late 18th century.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when you sell this, you have to go to Indians to sell or make people know this. Some
Well,
people
I
maybe.
think that would be possibly a good market for it, somebody in India, but it is such a wonderful carving.
Yeah.
I think that would have universal appeal. I think people all over the world would like something like that.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
and that's why when I tell people
Maybe
if-
sell to Dalai Lama.
yeah, to the Dalai Lama. If this might have been one of the earlier Dalai Lama's toys. Maybe
Yeah.
he played with that
Yes,
or something
yes,
like that.
yes,
yeah.
yes.
So I've never wanted to sell that piece. I found it on eBay
Yeah.
many years ago, and I've told people that if my house ever burned down,
Yeah.
that would be the first thing I would grab
You'll
as
take.
I was running out the back door.
Wow. I know your house have like
love
a
that piece.
lot of piece
Yeah.
antiques. Almost like very different than museum.
Yeah, yeah.
And what's this old man? It look like
Oh,
from Norway.
It's
maybe?
from Norway.
From
yeah.
Norway.
That's a troll.
Haidao. What's this?
A troll.
Troll.
Troll. And carved out of birch wood.
This one look like not too old, maybe.
Well, I have 11 that were all carved by the same person. His name is Anton Sveen.
Anton Swin.
Sveen. He is from Norway.
Okay.
And he started carving in the 1930s and
Wow.
made
All the
almost
personality look.
exclusively trolls. And so I have 11 of them at home that are lined up in my kitchen. 11 of these wonderful little trolls.
Mm-hmm.
A few of them are women, so I've got couples. And
Somewhere signed his name.
yeah, sometimes he'd put like an SV or
But this one not.
ASV.
But
on the
how you
bottom.
know it's from him?
Well, it's just
You just know.
the style is so distinctively his, so
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
really obvious.
And it's something worth this, like you mean you have a 12 or 11?
I have 11 of those.
You have 11 like together, right? You
It's a
like a
collection.
group.
Yeah.
How much do you think worth?
One that size would sell anywhere from $300 to $600.
But if totally like 11.
Well, I mean, if I have
like a
11
group.
of them, you could say, $330 to $660 or something like that. So,
Okay. Okay.
660. No, that's not right.
Painting.
6,000.
So this is the painting.
I was not doing my math right.
Oh, this is really old look. Because
Yeah, that is actually
17th.
no 16th century.
Wow,
Yeah.
16th century. Oh, 16th century, like China before Yongzheng.
Yeah, it's earlier than the mark that's on this piece,
Yeah.
which is Yongzhen.
Yeah.
Yep. So would that be Kongji?
And do you know who did this?
I have.
How you know? No name.
There's no signature.
But you can see
on
the
it.
age, right?
Yeah, it's very obviously.
How much you buy
early.
this one?
I can't remember exactly, but it was probably shy of $200.
You probably buy
Yeah.
$200.
Yeah.
But
or
something
less.
here.
Yeah, there's all kinds of things written on the back of it, but they're kind of difficult to decipher.
To read, yeah.
So,
How much do you think this one can sell?
it depends upon, I'd have to send pictures to some of the bigger auction houses in New York
maybe.
and ask them who they think might have painted it.
Oh,
And,
they have to figure out.
And maybe they have to figure it out.
This is a wood or this is a
Well,
How
it's painted on copper.
copper? Oh, it
Yeah.
look like on copper.
And so
Yeah. This is baby Jesus. Oh, no baby.
he's not there. No, this is actually the Immaculate Conception. So baby Jesus is just starting.
Oh, baby Jesus is just starting.
Yep.
Okay. Just in here.
Yeah. In the
Okay.
womb.
Cool. Okay.
So
I know some people just buy and sell like you, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And we are antique dealer. But some people just buy and then never sell
Yeah.
until they die.
So you're asking about collect people.
Collect people,
collectors.
yeah. Very
Collectors.
interesting people, yeah. Tell
yeah.
me something
yeah.
that you know.
Eccentric
story.
people. I
Yeah.
mean, there's the one guy that I've done quite a bit of business with, and he was almost exclusively a collector for many years, but then started selling off a good part of his collection to pay off some bills. He lives in southern Wisconsin. His name is Jamie Ross.
He's a professor?
He was a professor at the University of Wisconsin in Plattsville, I do believe. And he had a phenomenal collection, just incredible stuff.
He's
But
single too, huh?
He is still single, yeah. I mean,
So many
no,
people, so many collectors
well,
single. That's
yeah.
happy.
He
Only
had- he
thing they
wasn't
like.
He wasn't always single. He was married for many, many years. But
Oh, he married before,
They
yeah.
got divorced. Anyway, he had one of the larger collections of Navajo rugs in the country. And when I first met him, there were well over 1,000 rugs in his collection.
1,000 rugs.
Well over 1,000.
All old.
Yeah.
Because he have knowledge, he knows so much. He kind of stop buy. When he has money, he kind of stop. If he sees it's cheap, right?
Yeah. Yep. No, I mean there's times when it would sell. I mean, one time my friend and I drove to Albuquerque to sell a bunch of his rugs. Yeah, because that's where the market for them is. So anyway, we went down there with a whole car full of Navajo rugs, sold quite a few of them, and came back and handed him $40,000 cash. And what he should have done was put a new roof on his building.
Yeah.
But instead he went out and just
But he don't.
He went out and bought a whole bunch of more Navajo rugs. And most of them
he
were,
bought more.
he bought more.
But he don't fix the
He doesn't-
roof.
and the roof was leaking. It was pouring down, and
Oh my.
and so these rugs were getting wet. They were bleeding. The dye was
Oh.
bleeding. They were rotting away. They were being eaten by moths.
Ugh.
And yet he kept buying more and more and more of them because he had this disease. He just had to have as many Navajo rugs as he
Well, what do
possibly
we
could.
call that? Call
Hoarding. Hoarding.
hoarding.
He's
yeah,
a hoarding.
hoarding.
He's
yeah.
a hoarder. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
hoarder, yeah.
His place was packed to the hilt. And but one day we went down to visit him, my friend and I, and knocked on the front door and walked in and realized that the ceiling, this huge ceiling inside of his building had collapsed because
Oh.
all the water had soaked all the insulation up there, and it was so heavy that it just tore
Yeah.
the rafters
Fall down.
right out, and the whole thing just collapsed down.
Oh
Fortunately,
my
it didn't
gosh.
kill him, but
Oh.
that same day, it was raining really hard, and he slipped outside in front of his building and hit his forehead on the sidewalk.
How old he is in that
And he was
time?
like 80 years old. Yeah. And the neighbor, the guy across the street, called the
911.
911, and they showed up, and when they saw that his ceiling had collapsed in there, they condemned his building on the spot. So, yep, so he was forced to move out.
How you find him? So those kind of
we were
persons,
just-
they
yeah.
never sell stuff, but how you find those people? How you find him?
We were hunting antiques in that town. This is Mineral Point, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Southern Wisconsin. And it's out. Oh, there it's back.
Yeah. I like you say you hunting antiques.
Hunt, yeah.
Hunt. Yeah.
Yeah, we're hunting for antiques.
Yeah.
And we were done in that town. We had gone to all the shops, and So I was driving back up the hill, and I looked to the left, and I saw all these Navajo rugs hanging in the front window of this building. And so we stopped and jumped out and knocked on the door, and he answered, and that was 11 or 12 years ago.
Wow, good eye.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So he's still alive?
He's still alive. He's not. That building, unfortunately, was demolished.
Yeah. So what you guys do for the antiques, the whole antiques? You just
With all of his stuff,
yeah, you buy all?
we bought a lot from him. He sold quite a bit more. He kept a little bit, moved some into a storage unit, and then they tore the building down. And there was a lot of stuff left in there, but a lot of it was rotten from all the water coming.
Yeah.
In. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was sad, unfortunate.
Yeah. So this one, and that is how I know Jim Billing in this town. When my husband, my ex-husband, when he's still alive, we drive from Fargo all the way to Minneapolis, and we make appointment for Jim Billing. We find him in internet, so we want him saw this. So we drive 3-4 hours from Fargo, come to his door. He want to see us in like 11 o'clock, and we not walk into his house. He's in outside. He look this like 1 minute. He said, "This is new." Go. That's it.
And that was
I said,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
So we go, and he said, "Wait, can you come back? It's still beautiful. I want to take a look a little more, take a couple picture." He think it's like 1900, but before we think it's from Qianlong. But the mark is Yongzheng, but we know it's not the Yongzheng because here is we call Niqiu bird.
The foot?
The food, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's different than the Yongzheng. We know it's not from Yongzheng.
Yeah.
But some people think it's from Qianlong. So that's why we come here, because in the internet, two group people, they fighting each other. They speak nasty words for each other. They fighting for this.
Yeah.
But Jim Billing think this is from 1900. Then we come back. We come back like 7 years later. I moved to Minneapolis. No, 7 years later I moved to Minneapolis. So because Richard, and then Richard brought me to Jim Billing's house. I said, I want to see you a long time ago, because when I come to the town, at first I want to know the Jim Billing, because we see this old man before. But somehow I forgot his name, because that I just come to America not too long ago.
Yeah.
So 7 years ago, and we know him. But because this, we know him before. And I put on eBay one time.
This piece?
Yeah, I put on eBay $99
$99?
built.
Yeah.
Start built, and it's not too high and take off. And then I put 250,000. Okay.
$250,000?
Yeah, I put because I don't know really how old this is. Even from Qianlong, maybe. So we got a lot of people look, eye
Oh,
on
sure,
this.
they're gonna look at it.
One person from Chicago actually called me. He's a Jewish, and he wanted me take every piece picture. We take like 24-piece picture, send it to him, and he ready to fly from Chicago to Fargo to buy this piece. He said hold. Yeah. And then and he's almost here. He already bought the ticket, but he asked one person is Chinese, and who really know antiques.
Who knows the pottery?
After
Porcelain.
that, after he talked to him, and he said, "Don't go there. Don't get that. This is new." He said, "I only collection for like a king house stuff." He had a lot of money, very rich.
Yeah.
And then he tell me that he kind of come back. He feels sorry. And my heart just kind of up down, because this. Now after that, I closed I never take out anymore. But I don't want to sell either.
You left at my house.
No, because
You left it at my house.
you know what? Because
You didn't want to see it anymore.
I don't want to see it anymore. Because I know it's not brand new. They have some age,
it has
maybe
some age.
about.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, on earlier, especially pieces from the Qinlong period,
Yeah.
or even earlier,
Yeah.
the glaze on here would not be so thin.
Yeah.
It would be built up.
Yeah.
And you could actually feel it. It
Yeah.
would be bumpy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In that
And,
time.
and it looks more like cloisonné.
Yeah.
It like glass. It just
Yeah,
glows.
almost like that, yeah.
Yeah. And this is just, you can barely feel it. You can feel a little bit there. And so that, for that reason alone, you would know that this is not probably even from the 19th century. It has to be from the 20th century.
Yeah.
So,
Maybe about the
yeah.
50s, 60s even, you know.
Yeah,
But
50s or 60s.
Yeah.
1950s or 1960s.
But still good piece, you know, for
Yeah, it's a
put
very,
it,
it's attractive
put it
piece.
in your house.
No,
I don't want to see
has
this.
to go back to my house.
Go back to your house.
How did you get into this business yourself? Yeah.
So this is a business kind
And
of
how
little
old were
bit.
you?
Huh? How old?
Yeah.
Not too very old. When I'm in China, I sell furniture, office furniture, for 10 years. After that, I come to American.
Yeah.
But in that time, like 3 years in China, I in antiques shopping a lot because I have one friend. She do the business. Miss Ma, you know her.
Okay.
Shang even know her.
Yeah.
She come visit me for once.
Yeah.
She lived here for a couple months. So she know Jade a lot, you know. And I go everywhere. I see antiques. And I like people. And I talk to all kind of friend. But in that time, in 3 years when I no work, I always go there. But when I come to America, I cannot speak English. I don't speak English. I become like can't say anything. I live in Fargo, no friend, you know.
Uh-huh.
But before I'm kind of not go to school too much. In Fargo, the Chinese all like school smart people, like book smart people.
Okay.
That even we know each other in church, I kind of feel nothing nothing can connect, you know.
No connection with
Yeah.
these people.
Yeah. I like street smart people. This kind of I feel like yeah. So in there somehow I know one professor from Fargo. This professor kind of like a Wisconsin professor.
Yeah.
He's a hoarder, we say?
A hoarder?
Hoarder, yeah.
Yeah.
He just buy, and never sell. He has a mother like 100 years old. He's from
Really?
India. He absolutely probably knows this tiger
Wow. Okay.
story. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a Buddhist.
Ah.
And in that time, his mother like 100 years old. His mother always talk with ghost. He have 3 friends talk with ghost.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, but in his house, like 3-step house, pretty big house, and only one person can go into his house because everywhere is antiques.
Oh.
Oh
just
my gosh!
Trails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of,
trails.
and he have something in that time. I only interested in Chinese because for those kind of stuff I don't even want to see because I don't know them. Mm-hmm. For now, I kind of interested, you know, but I never buy anything from other country, and I don't know, you know.
Yeah.
So what he has in his house, anything Chinese, I probably buy all. But in that time, I have money, you
Yeah.
know. And now I don't have money anymore. I don't buy anymore. So because I am his customer, and sometimes we kind of talk slow. If like a baby talk, I understand. I think start there. He give me some book to read. I said only picture. If you have book picture, I
Yeah.
see.
Picture
So
books.
I see a lot of books picture. When I from Fargo 4 years after I from Fargo moved to Minneapolis, because I kind of remember if I saw the picture, I kind of remember, right?
Yeah.
And one time I go to Goodwill, I see one piece glass, kind of like this piece glass.
Yeah.
You know, we call baraka from France. You can see the little flower inside and the flower.
Yeah, millefiori.
Right. And I have little animals.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, all kind of. I see, oh, I think I remember this. I see $1. And I take this feel like steel, you know. I take that and I go by my heart, I go boom, 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 boom. Jump so fast. But in that time it's a Tuesday. And they give me like a 50% off. I buy 50 cents for the glass.
It's half price.
And I already have some friend, like a Chinese American friend in here. I said, you know, everybody think how much I can sell this. But in that time, I think maybe $3,000. Maybe worth $3,000. But if I can sell $1,000, I would be really happy. So people think $10, $6. Oh, you give free. I don't want that.
Yeah.
So I put in eBay 99 cents. And it was 1 week later, I saw $1,078. I was really, really happy. I said, see? And then all my friends think, oh, wow, you know something. You know, that is a really good story. I started there because in that time I worked in Avida for 3 years. I still learn my English and learn English and do other stuff. Here I have a Chinese newspaper. I write the article for that and do the reporter stuff. And I work 3 days and take another 4 days off to look antiques, hunting antiques. And not like you. I don't go to school too much. But if I saw the picture, I kind of remember I do this way. Almost no lose money for myself, because I never buy anything too expensive.
Okay.
Anything over 300, I'm not gonna buy.
You're cheap.
Yeah. so that's okay. If I buy something it's not real, you just don't sell.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You just don't sell. Or at least even
you throw it in a box.
Yes.
Yep.
So now I have a lot of stuff from $1,000 from that, and it grew. I buy my new car, Mercedes-Benz, and everything. It grew there. And what's my best thing I saw is the Cinnabar. 2 horse. I buy I buy about $1,500. I saw $20,000. That is a good one.
That's a good profit margin.
And
yes.
And the big Buddha.
Yep.
I buy 1,000. I saw like 8,000. That's the other good
That's pretty
thing.
good. Yeah.
But the people who buy my Buddha, they sell double also. They double that money
really?
too. So in the antiques, if people like, people buy. Because no other things,
Yeah.
Yeah. That's about my story.
Very interesting. So that glass piece that you bought was a paperweight.
Paperweight.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
And didn't have a date on it also?
1848.
That's really, really old.
1848. Yeah,
for a
2 years after.
Yeah.
When I saw that 2 years after, I find that one is worth $30,000.
Yeah, I think you gave it away. Yep.
Yeah, worth $30,000. But
maybe I don't know.
I'm still very, very happy because I buy 50 cents.
You did well, yeah.
Yeah, that is really good.
Yeah.
But I do lose money. I do lose a lot of money. And when I go to
estate sale
in Missouri, I drive 10 hours. I drive 10 hours myself. There have estate sale, but before estate sale open that day, usually you can't. By law, you kind of open for anybody else, right? But I said, I want to buy. Before you open, can I go? He said, sure. He's no good. I think because he's in big house, And I said, but this, because I don't know. I think, oh, this is from a rich family. I think this is all from one family. I spent $30,000.
30,000. Yeah.
No, $32,000.
It's a lot.
And I make my car all full. I drive it back. And I think I lose pretty much all. Yes.
It was all.
That's pretty stupid.
It was all fake.
Yeah, that's all fake.
All fake. That's sad.
Yeah, for now,
well.
I know, like, and I don't do this for 2 years.
So you gave up after that for a short while?
For a short while.
Yeah.
And because my head is kind of very easy to getting hot. And I don't learn. I just feel. If I feel the soul, I buy. Mm-hmm. But if you see something, I forgot to feel. If I buy, always make a mistake. Mm-hmm. I said the antiques has a soul. When I go to your house, I ask, do you feel something? Richard, our friend Richard.
Yeah.
How I know him, because I think I buy from him, he buy from me sometimes. Because he lives by himself in that by the lake, the little house. Mm-hmm. He said when he sleep, he had a dream about the lady, like a Chinese lady, ask him about where his clothes. And he said, I don't know where your clothes. And the lady got angry. When he wake up in the morning, he see his stuff like all over.
What?
That's what he said. You ask him.
Okay.
He said, I think this room have something like.
So he thinks
like
that this woman in his dream was looking for this silk
right,
robe.
look for this. I said, I don't believe in this. You can give to me. I'm going to sew it. So I take that piece, and in that time we live in Victoria. I already live with Jeff. So I have a friend. I think like 1 week later, no problem. 1 week later, I have a friend go visit me, have a party, and I started have like a weird stuff happen. Like I show people the room and stuff or music stuff.
Yeah.
And somebody hit me, like feel like big bomb hit me by head. I feel boom, I go like on my head. I feel, oh my God, I died like this way. I just feel like moment, maybe a couple of seconds, no problem again.
Yeah.
But in that time, I just stop, the hitting, bang, feel like that.
Yeah.
And the TV, close turn on, turn off by themselves, and the food stop.
Really?
Yeah, like that too. And I put like $1,500 in internet. So after that, I said, okay, who wanted this? I want maybe sell $700. And somebody offered $500. I said, sure.
Yeah.
I sent it to him and a couple other stuff. I sent to China all the way. And not like 1 month, a couple of months later, he contacted me. He wanted to return something. I said, what do you want to return? He said, something other, like other stuff bottle.
Okay.
He said that's real stuff. It's the old. He said he kind of have that. Something weird happened in his house too.
Okay.
And I said, no, you can't return. And in China, the problem is after you buy and sell, we know each other, become a friend, and you just feel okay, fine. In here, we never return, but in there, after your friend, I feel like okay, sure.
Okay.
I gave the money back. Very, very old, Qing Dynasty.
Yeah. Okay.
And I gave away. I gave it to my friend because I'm kind of angry. And I gave it to my other friend. And he still have. He said, okay, I keep forever. Thank you. He don't know the story. I don't tell him I saw already and I bring back.
It's cursed.
Yeah.
Oh, the robe is cursed, but not the snuff bottles.
Yeah. This, I'm going to talk about this, okay? So people think it's when I buy from the one stupid people.
From this stupid guy.
From you. 奇楠香，奇楠沉香，我们叫它奇楠沉香 because you just put here, you can't smell anything. If you really want to smell, you can't smell anything. But when you don't want to smell, you smell. It's kind of like 灵魂. You know? I think I'll buy this like I don't know, a couple $100, right?
Maybe, yeah. I don't know.
Couple $100. You know how much
Yeah.
worth it?
How much?
I don't want to tell you.
$10,000.
Probably.
No. Where do you think it's from? I thought it was from India.
That's from China.
It's from China?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
And you know what this represents on the end
There's
here?
a Buddha. See it here. There's a Buddha. I know. I
It's
know
a
this.
lotus pod. A lotus pod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
I'm
you
not
think-
gonna sell this because you'll never find another one.
No, I've never can't.
You never find another one.
No, I researched the heck out of that, and I couldn't find anything that looked anything like it.
So I can just wear. But if you wear this, people think you're stupid. Why you wear this?
Too big.
I know,
It's very
but
large,
but
but
no.
it's wonderful. Though.
Yeah, this is wonderful.
Yeah, and it's very
If
old.
people know, people think, "Wow, this is rich." I can
So you think that this is incense?
incense
Tree resin then?
from India.
Yeah.
Qinan incense from India.
Yeah.
And this is together wonderful. This is it's from Buddha. Buddha, like
Buddha.
very top Buddha, like
Yeah.
a Dalai Lama.
More Dalai Lama stuff.
Yeah, this
Yep.
is maybe we saw to him, or he's a believer.
Yeah, you
that's
have to
a-
give it to the Dalai Lama. You shouldn't sell him anything.
Yeah, you can.
He'll curse you.
Right.
Oh, he wouldn't do that. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, he is very
He's a
nice.
very-
I saw him before.
You met him?
I met him.
You
I
met the-
talked to him,
Really?
and he
Here in Minneapolis?
in
or-
Minneapolis. I talked
Yeah,
to him
he's been
in
here a few
20
times.
minutes.
Yeah,
He answered
wow.
my question because in the huge 2014, I was asking him because before that time I never pray. But one time I pray, I want to sell my old car. I want to buy new car. And I put the picture on Craigslist. I want to say, oh, in that time I'm not a Christian yet. Now I'm Christian. I said, Buddha, God, Muhammad, please help me sell this car very soon. Okay, I put that
Buddha and Muhammad?
Buddha, God, and Muhammad. I prayed like that first time.
To both of them.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you know what? I put on the Craigslist like 5 minutes. Somebody called me, want to buy the car, and I don't even buy the new car yet. But somebody want to buy my old car, sure. And then we saw that.
Just
And
like that.
yeah, I buy the old car is kind of $2,400, and I saw $2,400,
That's good.
and I drive it 1 year.
Wow.
So after that, when I saw Dalai Lama as a 我们叫尊者, I asked him, what's the relationship between God, Buddha, and Muhammad?
Mm-hmm.
And can they work together? Because can I believe in all? And can
You
I
pray to all. Yeah.
yeah, I tell him about the story. I pray because God, Buddha, Muhammad, please help me sell my car. And 5 minutes later, I saw my car. I don't know who worked this, or they all work this, answer this, or what. He said, he said, God only one,
One God.
only one God, and Buddha, between Buddha and us, what I get is Buddha before it's human, and he with a Kai Wu, he in the Puti tree, right? He sang.
Bodhi tree. Yeah, Bodhi tree.
One day he become a Buddha, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he share his knowledge. He share his knowledge. But you are your own master. Your future you in your own hand.
Okay.
I get it's kind of relationship between Buddha and the human is like a teacher and the students.
Yeah.
I kinda
teaches
feel
the,
like
the,
that.
The path to enlightenment.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And but in that time, I ask, people laugh. People ha ha ha. People laugh, and he don't laugh. He answer my question. 20 minutes. If you search 2014 Dalai Lama in Minnesota, you can know the whole story, and you also know how broken my English is in that time. Yeah. And I think after he answered, he gave me a book. He said, "Don't look number 9. Very dangerous." He said, even I still very be careful to read the number 9, like number 9, chapter 9.
Chapter 9?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have to be careful. He said you have to learn, study, and make your English getting better, and one day you feel you are good enough.
You're ready.
And then you read the class number 9. Otherwise, it's very dangerous. And he gave me the book.
Okay.
I take the book. I go home. I read the number 9.
And you got struck by lightning.
I get it. So after that, I kind of feel okay. I know where I am, and I'm Christian now.
Okay.
And then for the antiques, I know how to deal with this. Some antiques is old and good. They have to go to somewhere really good. The good personality, not greedy people. And this is a good way to go. I do that. For the fake stuff, you can just put here and who want to buy? So this how much year is old or new? I don't know.
Oh, that's a lie.
Yeah, I don't know. If you think worth, you go buy. But the very good stuff like this, you have to find it because he can't talk. He waiting to the right person. When you choose that, not only money, you have to hope this choice the good person, the right person.
Yeah.
I think that is what I learned.
Yep. And that was on eBay, and they kept running it week after week after week for months. And the price was kind of high.
Yeah.
But I kept looking at it going, that is wonderful. And then after a while I thought, let's just offer them a certain amount of money and see if they take it. And they said yes. So, yeah. So it was meant to be mine. That's why it sat there for so long.
Yes.
Yeah.
For the right person to
come along.
Yeah.
Yep.
I do think this have a soul, right? After many years.
I do believe so. Yeah.
Me too.
Yep. There's a lot of history behind that, and I would love to know it, but that will never happen.
Maybe
not in my lifetime, at least. Maybe after I die.
Okay, after we done this video, we send it to the Fargo professor. He probably can
take some.
I'm pretty sure he know.
Yeah,
he have to know.
Yeah.
He like almost 100,000 years old.
He'll know all about it.
Yeah, what he said his shifu can bring 500 years after and 500 years back, so can travel. He's a shifu.
Time travel.
Time travel.
Wow.
A lot of weird people in the world. Thank you so much. No.
Two of them right.
What's your last name again?
Swanson.
No, Swanson. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
You know when I don't remember people's last name. The first time I go to H&B, because when we start our business, we have to know our tax ID, right? Because they take the tax off.
Yep.
I go to H&B. What's his name again? Jonathan. He said, "Do you remember your tax ID?" I said, "I don't remember, but my husband will remember." Let me call my husband. I said, "Hey, husband, what's your last name?" And I can see Johnson's face go like,
"What? You don't know your husband's last name?"
I really don't. Take me 3 years to know his name. last name.
Wow.
I just know his name is Jeff.
You need to write it on your hand like a
Yeah,
tattoo.
no, I can read. I can read ALOVRD.
ALO.
Alvard. ALV.
Olivard. Olivard.
AL.
O.
ALOVRD or
VARD.
ALOVRD.
Alvard.
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 Yeah, that's what my husband's name.
No wonder you couldn't remember it. That's a funny name. So weird.
So
name.
thank you so much, everybody, and see you next time.